There have been several calls for the judiciary to sit and decide the true winner of the 2023 presidential election before the inauguration of the president-elect on May 29th. The senior advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, has also shared his opinion on the matter. The legal eagle, speaking in an interview with Arise TV News, explained that the two major things the court need is the report from IREV and the Beavers. He clarified that the petition doesn't have to last for 6 months and as stipulated in the constitution. He argued that when these laws were set up, nobody knew that the Beavers technology and the electronic transmission of results will occur. According to him, Nigeria will have to replicate what Ghana and Kenya had done in setting their election matters before the inauguration. He stated clearly that there's a need for a reform and for election petitions to be taken directly to the Supreme Court. He said, in most other African countries, you have a constitutional court. This petition goes straight to the constitutional court, and this court takes only 14 days to conclude the operations. At the time the constitution provided for 6 months, nobody knew we are going to have the use of a Beavers machine or transmission of election results to the central server of IREV. For me, if you have the reports of the Beavers machine that has captured the election and the results that have been uploaded to the IREV, if you have these or those two things, the election petition can be decided in 14 days. It doesn't have to last for 6 months. Yes, when I hear people say, oh, why now? Why are they saying that the court should decide before any inauguration? Because as things begin to change every now and then, the question is that those two countries that Falana cited, they were doing things the way they were doing it before they had to change it. So why is it that they don't say, oh, let us just continue? As new things begin to come and you begin to like, oh, there are some amendments and whatever you really need to do and all of that. Well, if they are not going to do it now, that means it is something that that needs to be done in the future. That is the way it ought to be. Do you know who scattered this whole thing? It is the same INEC. When you say you are going to do this, so you expect people not to take you serious, because some people are saying, oh, that was not what they agreed upon, that was not what the constitution said, that was not what the law says. What did this? I don't really understand. INEC should be forced to provide the Beavers and HIREF to settle the election matter. Buhari APC defending the sham that just passed in the name of elections. That is why they don't want to prevail on INEC to do the needful. Then with this, Tinubu won the election. Very simple. Okay. It is the tribunal that has the power to compel INEC to provide the needed items, but they will not because of selfishness. Very simple thing to end all this stress. You won't see any APC talk about these Beavers or IREF results they uploaded. INEC said they don't have a results. They don't have the results they announced again. You see the type of country we are into. The military should arrest Mahmoud Yakubu and beat hell out of his memories to provide Beavers and IREF results. This is the bad news, of course, for the APC and Tinubu. Okay. Well, I will really listen to Falana and some of his partisan colleagues these days, because their comments are not consistent with the constitution and their previous stance. That's due to influence of money, jealousy, and selfishness. If you know how Falana say the tribunal can finish off within 14 days, as if it's a case of two fighting. This is a case where there are many issues in contention and defense will be called. Please stop playing to the gallery. Revisit Mr. Falana stand. If you have the uploaded results from the two portals, the judgments can be delivered in 2 weeks. Absolutely, with sense of duty, purpose, patriotism, and urgency. This impasse can be resolved in few days, but the rogue elements, the rogue elements that are behind this whole fraud, we want the process to last 10 years or even years on end. Well, instead of hiring SANS and dozens of lawyers, why don't INEC just provide the BVAS and IREV data? Not having it is the reason that it can even be decided in a week. After all, why did we spend whooping over 300 billion naira in an election if not for the associated tech? Yakubu and INEC know everything, know very well what they have done and are going to any extent or length, no matter the length and height, to cover up their shame. They got carried away with their bias and ended up cheats in broad daylight in the market square. That is even too much. Some are even saying that 14 days is even too much. That 2 days, if they are serious about the whole thing, if they are serious about it. Once a presumed president-elect is sworn in, he and his ministers will do everything they can to legalize their illegitimate mandates by the court of law, and I'm very sure they will succeed in doing so. The judiciary should realize that all eyes are on them. We have no other country than Nigeria. If they do the right thing, it is for the good of all of us. But if they come up with such absurdity or Oluwole judgment that enthrone an election rigger as a governor in Imo State, posterity will never forgive them. Their entire families will never know peace if they do the wrong thing. And you think all these ones are patriotic? They are patriotic Nigerians. They are always concerned about what happens to them. You think anybody, all these ones are, they care that whether you have not eaten 2 times a day, or whether you don't have money to put or food to put on your table, or you don't have money to pay your children's school fees, or you cannot move from one point to another safely, in as much they have everything at their own beck and call. You think they reason you? They don't care about this Nigeria. Is it Buhari that you say he cares about Nigeria? With all the mantra of I will fight corruption, I will do this, I will do that. Níbo ló já sí lórí irọ́? Where did he end? You see that the man so, so unserious. It's not just serious about the country. A president, I've been president. That is just all what he came to do. It's so bad. They don't care. They don't care whether you breathe or not. They don't care whether you live or not. In as much their own corner is well loaded. That's all. Life moves on. Life continues. You know how to manage yourself. That is why they are rolling in this manner. So guys, let's say your opinion and have your take on this.